The top 10 most expensive homes in America. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, it's time to view and buy some crazy expensive property. Today we're browsing the market to find out which are the most expensive houses in America, from the East Coast to the West. There isn't a more competitive and exciting place to buy a house than in the US. They are definitely the nation that puts the most emphasis on homes and private property, and since everything is extra there, the houses make no exception. Only by looking at MTV Cribs or 73 Questions with Vogue will you see that celebrities and rich people love to live in 10-bedroom houses with swimming pools, cinemas, and gyms installed just for them. Having a house and a car is a definition of the American dream, and if they're big and bold, it's even better. No financial crisis could stop Americans from buying and building estates. It's what they do best. From penthouses in New York City to old Southern houses and villas in Beverly Hills, we're uncovering the most expensive homes in America, with all the luxurious features and rich owners. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Spoiler alert, there'll be no house under $150 million. That's how expensive we're going today. Number 10. Great Island House, Connecticut. Price, $175 million. Starting with this million-dollar mansion from Connecticut, which is worth about $175 million to be exact. The whole property has 63 acres and is the most expensive house in the area, even more expensive than any house ever sold in the Hamptons. Located on a small island tied to the mainland by bridges, it offers the privacy you need if you live in New York. It was built by American businessman William Ziegler in 1902, and the whole house and all of the rooms are facing the water. If you want comfort, a big house, an even bigger yard, and the feeling that you're on a ranch, then this house has all of that. Of course, the inside is just as spectacular and lavish as you would expect for that kind of price tag. Number 9. Owlwood in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles. Price, $180 million. On the West Coast in LA, there's an even more expensive home. The Owlwood House in Holmby Hills is none other than the house of Sonny and Cher from their days of glory. The house was sold in 2016 for $90 million and is on the market again for double that price. The Italian-style villa has 12,000 square feet in total and the depiction of luxury and American houses. It has marble fireplaces, crystal chandeliers, and 24-karat gold bath fixtures. Because how else would Cher take a bath? If those were not enough, here's more. The house also comes with a pool because, of course it does, you're in LA. A tennis court and extra space for whatever pleases your heart to build more. The whole property has 10 acres, a lot of trees and gardens, and was designed by architect Robert D. Farquhar, who also designed the Beverly Hills School, the California Club, and helped design the Pentagon. Number 8. Manalapan Mega Mansion, Florida. Price, $195 million. Houses in Florida are different. The swamps, the climate, the culture, and all of the influences make up for one of the greatest neighborhoods in the world. If you have a good agent, a lot of money, and a little luck, you can buy a gorgeous mansion worthy of a billionaire. Currently, the Manalapan Mega Mansion is for sale in the area for $195 million. What do you get for that money? A 16-acre estate, plus a mega house with 33 bedrooms and 47 bathrooms. It also comes with 1,200 feet of private oceanfront, a botanical garden with over 1,500 species of tropical plants and trees, and a sports complex, a splendid treehouse, and the most beautiful interiors. It sure looks like the Great Gatsby would live here. For billionaires with big families, this is the perfect holiday home for a winter retreat. Number 7. The Manor at Holmby Hills. Price, $200 million. Another estate in LA's Holmby Hills is the Manor House, listed at $200 million. Most mega houses built by Americans resemble European architecture, such as Italian style or French castles. This one resembles a French chateau style and was built in 1988 for the famous TV producer Aaron Spelling and his wife Candy. The Manor House has 123 rooms in total, of which 14 are bedrooms, 27 bathrooms, and others are free to be occupied for whatever you need. For example, Mrs. Spelling had a doll collection room. Surrounded by trees and with only 2 floors, the house offers the privacy any billionaire would seek. A tennis court, huge gardens, and a wide garage for as many cars as you please. And since it's in the same area as the house of Sonny and Cher, you can imagine how exclusive this area is. Number 6. The Fairfield Property, New York. Price, $248 million. Back in the Hamptons, we find another house worth millions of dollars. We're talking about the Fairfield property that's estimated to be worth $248 million. Everyone knows that the Hamptons is the ultimate place where the rich spend their summer holidays, but this house is really expensive and really, really huge. The whole property is 63 acres and is owned by billionaire Ira Rennert, who has a fortune of $3.8 billion. The house has 29 bedrooms, 39 bathrooms, a 91-foot-long dining room, a separate playhouse, a theater, helipad, and $150,000 hot tub. Of course, these are just a few of the full amenities the house offers, and apparently the owner wants to expand and do more. This amazing mega mansion is the real billionaire nest, and boy, it looks luxurious. And Luxers, speaking of expensive homes, are you curious to see which CEOs have the best houses and how much they paid for them? All of the juicy details? We covered that subject in our video, The Top 10 Most Expensive CEO Homes. Just click in the top right corner to check it out. Number 5. The Bel Air Spec House. Price, $250 million. We can't say this enough, but houses in LA are the ultimate depiction of luxury and design. For example, the Bel Air Spec House is one of the most modern and interesting homes. It was designed by Bruce Makowsky and is a 38,000 square foot mansion with 3 floors and a rooftop. The whole house has windows instead of walls and window panes, a huge pool, a James Bond-themed theater, a bowling room, 12 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, and modern luxurious amenities. Natural light comes in all day long. You also get a helipad, exclusive and minimalist artwork, a wine cellar, a private gym, and of course, the most important, the view. The house is located on a hill, so you can watch all over LA like a king. This house is one of the most expensive homes ever, and by the way it looks, pool parties must be really amazing there. It's unlike any house you've ever seen, so if you're good for it, it's worth the splurge. Number 4. Molokai Ranch, Hawaii. Price, $260 million. Besides the 5-star hotels and luxurious resorts and villas, Hawaii is also home to a few billionaires that decided to move there, or at least buy a house. The most expensive home in Hawaii is the Molokai Ranch, estimated to be worth $260 million. The 55-acre property is, of course, located on the beach of Molokai Island of Hawaii. The mansion is also a resort and offers ranch facilities as well as waterfront and conservation easements. Being so private and exotic, a few famous people wanted to buy it, one of them being Mark Zuckerberg. And also during the 1800s, the Royal Hawaiian family used to live on this island, so there's a lot of history there. Number 3. The White House, Washington, D.C. Price, $320 million. As unexpected as it might sound to some, the White House is the number 3 most expensive house in America. This emblematic administrative building and home to the president is set to be worth around $320 million. A lot of money went into building it, renovating it, and expanding it, and it's all coming from taxes, in case you didn't know that already. Past administrations have left their print on the house's rooms and the decor, such as the Kennedys, Harrisons, or Roosevelts. In its entire history, the building has been through a lot: fires, reconstructions, renovations, and expansions. Construction started 225 years ago under James Hubland's design, and now, after all these years, is worth millions of dollars and is the most recognizable presidential home in the world. Some say the name the White House was given to it after Washington burned, and the house was painted white to mask the burn marks. The official address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., and is open to tourists a few days per week between 7:30 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. Number 2. The Chartwell Estate, Los Angeles. Price, $350 million. Last year, one of the most expensive homes in America went up for sale for the first time in 30 years. It's the Chartwell Estate, located in Bel Air, California. The house was previously owned by the late TV executive Jerry Perenecchio, who sadly passed away in May of 2017. This enormous house is now for sale for $350 million, more expensive than the White House. It's built in the 18th century French neoclassical style and has over 25,000 square feet of living space. The whole property has 10 acres, enough to fit a swimming pool, a tennis court, gardens, and a guest house. The house fits a wine cellar, a bathroom, and a garage big enough for 40 cars. By now, it's safe to say that all the big and expensive houses reside in California. Number 1. The One House, California. Price, $500 million. More expensive than the Chartwell House and the White House is the One House, worth $500 million. As you would expect, this 25,000 square foot house is also located in the Bel Air neighborhood of Los Angeles, the place where only the rich live. Buying this house is a statement of who you are, and for sure, this one will be the home of a billionaire pretty soon. The house is still under construction, possibly being ready this year, and will go on the market for $500 million or maybe even more. For that money, the owner will have the best view in the whole neighborhood, a casino, a jellyfish tank, a beautiful salon, a spa, and everything you could imagine. The architect designing this house is Paul McLean, who also designed Beyoncé and Jay-Z's $88 million home. Although the house is huge and actually resembles a hotel more than a home, it will most probably sell very quickly. Owning land and having a house is just as important in America as it is in Europe and other parts of the world as well. And since we've opened up the conversation, Aluxers, we're curious. Where would you want to have a house? In America or elsewhere? Let us know in the comments below. And since houses are so different, we have one more stored away for you as a reward for staying with us until the end and being a true Aluxer. Get ready to enter one of the craziest houses out there, and it's surprisingly down to earth. The Boeing 727 Plane House in Mississippi. Price, $30,000. They say home is where your heart is. For some, it's in their hometown, their parents' house, or the one they bought together with their partner. For one adventurous couple, the home of their dreams was a Boeing 727 crashed plane which they transformed into a living space. A woman did that. She bought an old Boeing 727 for $2,000 and turned it into her home because her former home burned down in a fire and she didn't have enough money to buy a new one. With an extra $4,000, she got a moving company to ship her plane to Mississippi, and with another $25,000, she decorated it and turned it into a house. The total cost was around $31,000, when the average house price can end up being roughly $400,000 according to a recent federal census. This shows that if you want to get a house for a few $1,000s, there's always a way, and it doesn't have to be in the city either. And surprisingly, there are other people living in old Boeing planes across America as well. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.